Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for second year. The running chapter is electrochemistry and now we are in session number 20. And in previous session, how to construct a single electrode and in different electrodes, what are the component or the chemical species, that is whether the metal or inert metal or the metal covered with salt solution, sparingly soluble salt. All these we discussed in previous session. Clear? And now in this session, when we construct a single electrode, that means simply we can say that a metal rod dipped or immersed in its salt solution, or a non-metal which is in contact with its solution of anionic salt solution with the support of inert metal like gold or platinum, it behaves like a single electrode. Now what we are considering, and now simply in that single electrode, when these metal rods are supposed to be immersed or dipped, some potential will develop around that metal rods. That potential is known as electrode potential or that single electrode potential. And now in this session, our discussion is on that single electrode potential. What is single electrode potential and what is standard electrode potential? How to consider whether the electrode potential is oxidation potential or reduction potential, and because of when these potentials are developed, whether positive charge is developing or negative charge is developing, all these discussions we are going to cover in this session. Clear? And it is a logic approach. Just you listen and again and again you try to concentrate on this, because so many factors are in operation so as to provide oxidation potential or reduction potential from metals. Even though the metals, all the metals, metallic bonds, all these are having the same that is nothing but the strengths or the same natures like ductility and nothing but malleability. All these properties may be similar, or they are conductors because of electronic conductors like that. But here in developing the potential, we are observing some sort of a difference among these metals. It is nothing but that nature is developed by its virtue, by birth they are having such natures, and that's why when the human being observed the nature, that is in the tendency of the metal, simply we can say that the tendency or the attitude of metal, from that tendency or attitude with our brilliancy, that is our brilliancy means that is human beings are able to generate current from the chemical reactions when this system, that is nothing but electrodes, are constructed. And now all these discussions in three steps. In three steps. Why three steps? First of all, we have to define what is electrode potential and standard electrode potential, and then how to guess the charge and potential, the signs where most of the people are confused, because the charge is plus or minus and the potential is also represented with plus or minus signs. That's why they are confused whether both these two are same or not. All these details one by one we are going to discuss, and then why that different behavior in these metals, even though all are metals, why they are differently behaving, the discussion, and then how to measure the standard EMF of a cell when we know the standard electrode potentials of the single electrodes. Clear? And now first let us consider this electrode potential. Simply, when a metal rod is dipped in its salt solution, a metal rod is dipped in its salt solution, it is having the tendency, it has the tendency to develop some sort of potential around it. Potential is developed. Potential is developed. And you remember, first of all, from this onwards the confusion starts, but I am giving clearly one by one, so you need not confuse. Potential is different from charge development. Charge developed, and because of the charge development, potential developed. These two are not same. but they are interrelated. When charge is accumulating, potential is developed. And now let me give you clarity related to this. The potential is nothing but the tendency. Just you remember, potential is tendency of the metal. Tendency of metal. Here what is the tendency? Generally metals are of having two types of tendencies. One is nothing but, simply you can say, some metals they tend to go for oxidation. Some other metals tend to go for reduction, a reverse tendency. When oxidation, simply we can say metal rod is dipped in its own salt solution. Say for example, first of all let us consider the familiar electrode, that is nothing but zinc electrode. Zinc rod dipped in its salt solution of zinc sulfate. Similarly, in a comparison, let us study the off-mate, that is nothing but in Daniell cell, the other one is nothing but copper electrode. Here itself, these two are having the opposite tendencies. That's why I am taking the best example from the same. It is copper rod, dipped in its salt solution, copper sulfate, CuSO4, and it is copper rod. And in both these two, when the metal rod is dipped in its salt solution, both these two are developing the potential. That potential developed is nothing but, that indicates, that potential indicates the tendency of the metal. Clear? And now in this potential, that is tendency, some metals tend to go for oxidation. Best example is zinc. And some other metals tend to go for, in the same scenario, that is nothing but when we are dipping the metal rods in their salt solution, just what we are doing is, for both the metals we are doing the same, but some metals tend to go for oxidation and some other metals tend to go for reduction. The best example for this tendency is copper. That's why I am selecting these two electrodes. Clear? And now how a metal can go for oxidation? Simply we can say that because all metals are supposed to release the electron because they are electropositive. But how a metal can go for reduction? That is the first dilemma for any student. Clear? And you remember the tendency here, when we are considering the metal, just you observe zinc electrode, we are observing zinc rod, zinc metal in close contact with the Zn+2 that exists in the solution. Is it not? And similarly here also copper rod is in close contact with the copper sulfate, that is where Cu+2 ion exists. Are you clear with this one? And now the tendency, when the metal is having the tendency to go for oxidation, means here if you observe the zinc metal, by releasing metal atom, by releasing electrons, will go for Zn+2. It is oxidation tendency. This zinc rod try to come into this always when the zinc rod is dipped in its salt solution. And in this case, reduction, it is not possible for copper to take the electrons. But then what is how we can guess the tendency of copper is to go for reduction? It is related to this copper ion. Are you following? This copper ion, by taking the two electrons, will be reduced to copper. So these two pair, that is the metal and metal cation pair, both these two are providing the tendency of electrode reaction. Clear? And now when this zinc, just you observe, when this zinc is tend to go for oxidation, that potential developed is nothing but oxidation potential. You remember, OP is nothing but oxidation potential. Due to its tendency is to go for oxidation. Thereby, when its tendency is supporting for oxidation, the potential developed is oxidation potential automatically. And here the tendency of copper is not to go for oxidation. Here the tendency is to go for reduction. That's why the potential developed is reduction potential. Are you following? Here the tendency of zinc is to go for oxidation, and thereby the potential that developed around the electrode is nothing but oxidation potential. Similarly, the tendency to go for reduction is observed in copper, and thereby around this copper the potential developed is reduction potential. And you remember the tendency is represented with positive signs. So oxidation potential of zinc is positive. Its tendency to go for oxidation is positive. And here, unlike that of the zinc, copper, reduction potential of copper is positive. It is positive because its tendency to go for reduction. That's why its reduction potential is positive, and here oxidation potential is positive. The tendency towards what it is interested, that is positive. Clear? And now, but that potential attitude or tendency is different from the charge. Now let me give that clarity here. Okay, we concluded that zinc rod, when dipped in its own salt solution, zinc sulfate, we came to know that zinc is tend to go for oxidation, and thereby its oxidation potential is represented with positive sign. And now let us see what charge is developed because of this oxidation, because of the zinc tendency. What is the charge developed around this zinc rod? Let us observe what happened. These zinc atoms, by releasing the electrons, by leaving the electrons back, they are jumping into this in the form of Zn+2. That means all these electrons are accumulating around this zinc rod, and thereby that accumulation of electron leads to negative charge. Just you observe. So during the oxidation of zinc, which is the tendency, the attitude of zinc metal, the oxidation potential is represented with positive sign. Now the question, if they asked for charge, what charge is developed? Negative charge is developed due to that tendency. Tendency is oxidation. So oxidation potential is positive. Clear? And now coming to this, what happened here? In copper, its tendency is reduction. So that's why when it is in an attitude to go for reduction, its reduction potential is positive. Clear? And now because of this attitude, the tendency, reduction, what charge will be developed around this? Simply you can guess. When it is of taking the electron from neutral metal rod, automatically electron deficiency will be created, and that's why here positive charge will be developed around this electrode. I think now you can observe the difference between charge and potential. Potential is attitude. When it is supposed to go for one direction, either it is oxidation or reduction, that attitude to go for that one, it is nothing but spontaneous, or it is nothing but on its own, then it is positive. That potential developed because of that tendency is positive. But the result of the tendency, zinc, because of its oxidation tendency to oxidation, develops a negative charge. And here reduction potential, that is the copper, because of its tendency to go for reduction, develops positive charge. So here this reduction potential of copper is positive, and the charge developed is also positive. So we should not mingle, we should not mix these two, that is the charge and potential we should not mix. First of all, we have to observe the potential sign. The potential sign will be either positive or negative. Just you remember in which manner it tend to move. Zinc tend to move towards oxidation. So because of that oxidation phenomena, the potential developed is nothing but oxidation potential. So that potential which is developed from its tendency is represented with positive sign. And whereas unlike that of zinc, copper is ready to go for reduction. Its tendency is for reduction. So when it is going for its tendency with reduction, that reduction potential will be developed. So because of its nature, tendency going for reduction, the reduction potential developed will be represented with positive sign. These positive signs for the potentials are because of the tendency. Now then we have to go for, okay, now the tendency completed. Now we are observing what happened because of their opposite tendencies. Zinc, because of its oxidation potential, when it is getting positive oxidation potential, is developing negative charge. So the charge is negative charge. And here copper, because of its tendency to go for reduction, develops positive charge. So here the charge developed is positive charge. Immaterial to the charge. Charge is ultimate result of the tendency. Our interest is only to consider the potential sign, not the charge. Charge automatically we can guess, because when oxidation, for metals oxidation is going, electrons will be leaving back, that will generate negative charge. When the metal ions are going for reduction, automatically electrons will be abstracted, and because of that electron deficiency will be created. So this charge is nothing but ultimate result. You observe. Why I am repeatedly saying the statements is nothing but to make you to understand that charge is ultimate result of tendency. But for our calculations, we require only the tendency sign, not the charge sign. Clear? And one more very interesting feature is, simply you can say, when oxidation potential, the tendency of zinc is oxidation, thereby its oxidation potential is positive. If anybody asked, in case, can you guess what is reduction potential of zinc? Can you guess it? Simple. The oxidation tendency is positive, then automatically we can think that a reverse phenomena is negative. So simply, when you know the oxidation potential of zinc, by taking simply the opposite sign, that is a negative sign, you will get the reduction potential. Simply here, in this case also, now I think you can guess this. When reduction potential of copper is given positive, can you guess oxidation potential? Simply you can guess oxidation potential of copper, which is a reverse of its tendency, is taking a reverse of its sign. Like that, simply you can say that reduction potential is nothing but opposite to, that is negative of oxidation potential, or oxidation potential is nothing but negative of reduction potential, you can consider. That is simply by changing the sign. By changing the sign, you can get the reduction to oxidation, oxidation to reduction with the same magnitude of value. Clear? That is about potential and the charges. And now the bigger question is, sir, both these two are metals, but why one metal is tend to go for oxidation? In the same scenario, why the other metal is going for reduction? That is the biggest dilemma for us. Why these two are behaving in a different manner, even though both are metals? For that purpose, we have to go for the second concept, that is nothing but what are the factors that makes or that build the tendency of metals or metal rods when they are dipped in its own salt solutions. Here let us consider. For any metal, say for example zinc to Zn plus 2 or Cu plus 2 to Cu. These are the two tendencies. They are ready. And why? What happens here? What happens here? Simply you can observe this tendency quite opposite. And what makes these two to behave in a different manner or in opposite manner? For that purpose, the tendency is because of two factors. One is solution pressure of metal, and second one is osmotic pressure of metal ion present in the solution. Solution pressure of metal, osmotic pressure of metal ion. These two are responsible for the tendency of the metal whether to go for oxidation or to go for reduction. Just let me conclude. Solution pressure is nothing but making the metal, that is solution pressure is making the metal M to convert into Mn plus. That is solution pressure tendency is the metal atom converting to metal ion. Osmotic pressure, if it is of determining the tendency, its tendency is metal ion converting into metal. These are the two pressures, are the two factors that are operating for the tendency of the metal when they are dipped in their salt solution. Clear? And now with this, when you understand these two, just you observe solution pressure of metal makes the metal to go for ionic form, and whereas osmotic pressure of the metal ion makes the metal ion to go for reduction to convert into metal. Clear? And now here we can observe three cases. One is solution pressure of metal, solution pressure of metal greater than osmotic pressure of metal ion, and second one is osmotic pressure of metal ion greater than solution pressure of metal, and third one is osmotic pressure of metal ion is equal to solution pressure of the metal. These are the three conditions. Just you remember, when solution pressure of metal dominates osmotic pressure, this will happen. Metal converts to metal ion. When it dominates this, automatically this will lead. That is happening in case of zinc. Here, this metal ion coming to this osmotic pressure, metal atom coming to this solution pressure, that dominates. That's why the net result is this one. And now I think you can easily understand what is happening in copper. In copper, osmotic pressure is dominating the solution pressure. Here it is zinc and it is for copper. Osmotic pressure, that is copper ion getting into this copper, that is nothing but reducing to copper, is dominating. That's why this is. It is nothing but because the osmotic pressure of metal ion is more. That is the reason why this zinc is going for is having the tendency to go for oxidation. The reason is nothing but its solution pressure is more than osmotic pressure, and this is here in case of copper, osmotic pressure of the metal ion is greater than solution pressure. That's why it is going for reduction. Are you clear why, how the tendencies of the metals are decided? There it is nothing but these two, they are by virtue, by birth, they are having that tendency. The tendency we are using to develop the current. Clear? And now third one, when osmotic pressure and solution pressure are equal, then we can't expect any potential to develop. When there is no potential developed in any electrode, that electrode is simply known as null electrode, nullified, that is neutralized. Null electrode. Null electrodes are nothing but the electrodes where no potential is developed, and this is because of why there is no potential developed is nothing but because of the osmotic pressure of the ion and the solution pressure of the metal. These two become equal. That is the reason why it becomes like this. And mostly we are going to have a discussion on hydrogen, and hydrogen electrode potential is taken as 0, but actually it is not 0. Almost it is very close, but not 0, but it is taken as 0. That's why we can say null electrode is hydrogen electrode. One of the best example for null electrode where osmotic and solution pressures become equal. Clear? That is about today's discussion. Highlighted points, let me reveal. The electrode potential is because of tendency. The tendency is always represented with positive sign. Either it is oxidation tendency or reduction tendency. The tendency is represented with positive sign. If it is tend to go for oxidation, oxidation potential is positive. If it tend to go for reduction, that reduction potential is positive. And now coming to the charge development around the electrode is an ultimate result of the tendency, and that you can decide depending on what charge is developed. In case if electron is accumulating, negative charge is developed. If electron deficiency is creating, automatically positive charge is developed. Are you clear with this one? And now in the next coming class we are going to discuss, okay, it is developing some sort of oxidation potential, not the charge, oxidation potential, and it is developing some sort of reduction potential. How much of potentials they will develop, how to measure it, how we can measure them, all these we are having in our discussion in coming session. Clear? Thank you.